Hi friends, this is Laura with Potpourri of Life. I hope that you're doing great. Today is Thursday and it's the evening time, and I've been finding that I don't sleep well at night lately. I've been sleeping, I sleep like for 3 to 4 hours. I wake up wide awake and then I'm tired midday. So I've decided, you know what, if that's the way it's going to be for a little bit, I'm going to take a nap. And that's what I did. So I have a little bit more energy tonight than I typically do. And because I just want to get better rest, at least get sufficient amount. But what I'm doing right now, I need to get my husband a new loaf of bread. So I've got wheat loaf getting ready. And so that's on the first rise. So I'll be working on that. But the main project that I'm working on today is in this cupboard. You know that cupboard I go into when I'm cooking and stuff like that, and then I'm kind of like mumbling because I can't find anything? Well, it's not that it's not organized. It's just that over time, things get misplaced or put in a different spot instead of everything. So I'll be taking everything out. I'm going to be going through, make sure there's no old herbs or no old stuff. And the only thing I see right now that's going are these candy toppings. I used to use these. The kids used to like them when they were baking. David likes cooking with them, but we haven't used these things for quite some time. So it's time to go. Now this I will probably just simply get rid of, although David might consider repurposing this, take the label off and then maybe have it in like a small toolkit in his car, screws and stuff like that. So I might repurpose that for him, but the sprinkles are going. I do like these jars because they're adorable and they're like the jars that I like, and they're expensive to buy nowadays. So I'm just like, I'm going to repurpose what I find. So I'm going to be doing this today. I'm not going to do a continual video like I had in the past because it's just a lot and I don't want to have to talk through it. I love to talk, but I just want to get the project done. So my goal is to wipe down things, like take things out. I have these units in here. See how it gets layered up? It gets layered up while I'm going in there. I'm going to show you a little bit before I get started. But I have these things that spin around and I love them. And what I do is I generally do not put anything in the center. I just have them all around on the outside. Unless there's extras, then I put them in the middle. So I truly do like this setup. I've got 3 in this corner and I got just single layer ones in the back. And it really helps because when I'm trying to find something, I can just swivel it around. But what I've been having trouble with when I'm cooking and even doing the videos cooking for you is like, I know it's in there, but I can't find it. So, and I know the other day I went down and I got some, because I was making something to show people how to cook with what you have, and even because some people do not make their own broth, I do, but I always have this for a backup, for camping, for whatever. So these are nice to have on hand, but I thought I had some in there, so I might find another jar of it. So that's my goal to do today, and I'm really kind of excited about it because it needs to be done. And I had a nap today, so I can get this done. I can get the bread to rise, and we'll see where we go. Good morning, friends. This is the next day, and I am getting in here. Last night I was talking with some friends on Zoom. I was baking bread for David, and oh, it is so good for him. So he did have a piece when he got home last night. I put it in a bag like this, a bread bag, and it has like a little coating inside, but I gotta show you. Isn't that beautiful? He's very happy, and oh, I love fresh bread. I usually wrap it in like a towel, but and that's just to help keep the moisture in my opinion. Maybe it's not the right thing. And then I just put it in a bag like this. The bags can be expensive, but what I try to do is when I make bread, I try to save the bag if he hasn't ripped it up and use it a second time. They do wear out after opening and closing a lot, but he was a happy camper when he got home. So one of the things that I did was I did work on this, and so I didn't put the video together last night because I was busy chatting. And like I mentioned to you, oops, let me see if I can turn this. So I'm working on the different shelves. I have got to get to the top one, but for right now, this one looks kind of empty, but it's not. I started putting items back in, and what I have left here, oops, sorry, the camera's now trying to realign itself there. So on the counter here, I have all these herbs that are left to go in here. These are miscellaneous things, like these are seasoning blends that I might have in here that I picked up here and there. And so those are going to stay in here. And one of my friends asked me the other day when I did a video on that I needed to get to this, because every time I went in here, I would not be able to find stuff. So because I make my own broth, I tend not to use the bouillons. And so she asked me if I found the bouillons. There were no extra bouillons in here. But since I opened this, this will remain in there to use when or if necessary. And plus it doesn't hurt to have another, spice or seasoning on hand. Let's see, and plus David too, when he cooks things, he might not go down cellar to pull out a new jar of broth, and that's okay. I just want to make his life easier. But he learns, I am not doing well this morning. So it's first thing in the morning. We went to bed after he got home, and it's 6 o'clock this morning. So I haven't even showered, haven't had coffee, but I'm going to get this done. So what I did last night before I went to bed is all these spices are alphabetical. And the reason I did that is because I still have a few over here. I kind of want to compact it so that everything is together and I only have one of each. And that should make my life a little easier. And then another thing I found is I have a few of these. They're maple syrup sugar. I was gifted some of these, and so I want to start using them a little bit more. And so what I got up here, I have a large one. So there's no sense in taking 3 little small ones and putting that. I might put one small one in it. We'll see what kind of space I have. Actually, you know what I can do? Because I don't know if you can see, okay, these things here, I don't put anything in the center. And the reason I don't is so that when I turn this, I can see on the outside what I have. What I can do is, I believe there's space on that second shelf here. And, yep, that's what I'm going to do, because otherwise it's just empty space. And now that I know I have this, and I don't like to waste food, we will get that taken care of. So that, I didn't take up shelf space. It's just in the middle of the swivelly thing. I'm trying to think. Seriously, no brain cells in the morning. All right, so that's off my counter. Now, one thing that many might not know is I'm having horrible allergic reactions to cilantro. And I have it on my counter. So this is going to go by the wayside. I can't use it, and I was going to keep it, and I think I had it so that if somebody else was over and they cooked with it, like salsas and stuff like that, they could use it. I use parsley in my salsas and the recipes that I use that require cilantro. I just can't, otherwise I have a real bad allergic reaction. Now, I believe, let's see, there's some other things too. Now here I have, this is what I'm doing, is I'm trying to combine all things. So I have some ground ginger here, but I also have some here that I am just going to pour into that, but maybe not. Let's see. No. There's not enough of this to even worry about. So I don't have to worry about that. But I was going through these things and trying to say, okay, what do I need? Like I have a brand new jar of anise seed, and that is crushed. This one's really old. I really need to get rid of this. And thyme I'm not too worried about, because I would rather have it in a jar, and I don't have a jar because I grow thyme. So I don't need to have a dry herb for that. And this is the rationale I'm trying to to go through in order to clean this up. Now I have some cloves here, and this is really nice because I've got it all. And I got a full jar of cloves here. And I believe I have a larger jar, so all I do is I just fill the jar up. I'm hoping that once I get this all cleaned, like this is a plastic jar, I am hoping to put it in a glass jar, you know, kind of repurpose it. So one of the things that I have here is I have a small jar of turmeric. On my shelves, I have a large jar of turmeric. And then I have another jar where I make my turmeric capsules that has pepperine in, or pepper. It's in that. And I do have videos that show me making those capsules. It's a very messy job. But what I can do before I put this back up there is I can put the turmeric in here. Let's see. You can put a little turmeric in here so that it's a full jar. So if I'm just making like a golden milk item, I don't have to go around, because if I'm doing the golden milk, I have those hanging shelves that I've had them for years, and they're white wire, kind of white coated, and I have those that I have these in. So I don't, where it's located on the stairwell area, it can be horrible for me if I fell. And usually when I'm using turmeric is when I have pain, and I used it a lot when I was always dealing with Lyme. I really am tired this morning. And there we go. And I've got plenty in here now so that it's easily accessible. And this is what I'm trying to do, is to make sure that what I have in here is something that I can just simply go around and just pick up. Now let's see, I'm gonna put that there for now. This here. And as you can see, this is a maple syrup, molasses jar. I just repurpose it, and on the front it says tomato skin. So when I dehydrated some of those, I put those in there. So I have fresh turmeric here, and what I want to do is make sure when I put all this, it's very spicy and strong. I do not powder my own turmeric right now. I order it. So that's where I get my turmeric in bulk. So that's going to get put away. Let's see. So what I'm going to be doing, I have a little thing of allspice, and I got anise seed. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to put these on the shelves, and I'll show you in a little bit, but put them up there alphabetically. But before I do that, I think I'm going to move a few things. Those are some specialty honeys. Let's see. This is some red basil that I harvested. So I put those in a little jar. I didn't grow a lot of it. I hope to grow more this year. And here's some poultry rub. I have egg substitute because when I'm out of eggs or something, I don't use the store-bought eggs. Here's some ginger. Let's leave that there. And here's some black pepper seeds. So these are just going to stay here because they're in different size jars. Let's see what I can do. If I can move my stool out of the way for a minute. And let's see how far I can go with this ginger. Alright, so if I put them in here, I'm curious if I'll get them all on the same shelf. And then just leave that center area open so that I can put little extras or something in there, or just leave it empty. And I know that that's a, oops, I have homemade celery salt. So I don't need to keep this, and there's very little there, so I'm just going to put it in here. And then I have one less jar on the shelf. Today is trash day and recycle day, so I can get rid of all the extra jars that are out there. Okay, so I'm going to put this here because I know what that is. So I don't have to use it up there. Oh dear, I've got another one here. I'll keep that one there. Then we have some celery seed. Not much there, but I have it. Chili powder. That's something I do use, and I buy that in a big container. Some cinnamon. Now I think I have a big jar of cinnamon up top because I use that in my syrups and stuff like that, elderberry syrup, and I use it in tea. Sometimes I might put a stick in, and sometimes like a wintry type coffee I'll put cinnamon stick, and you know, you can use it for a lot of things. Okay, I have cloves here, and I also had a jar of cloves that I will, let's see, where did I put it? Maybe it's up there. This is clove powder, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them right next to each other, but I have another, I'm going to put this in here, but I think I can, hold on. I'm going to look at the other shelf. So what I have on the top shelf that you can't see is I have some different sugars, some peanut butter powder, some, like this is a honey cream, and some coconut oil. And then over here I still have that back space over there that has like, sorry, the gamasio that I like. Different things that are up here. David likes those imitation bacon bits. I don't, I'm hiding them. And you'll know where they are later. And then I do have some other miscellaneous over here on the other side. I will take the video through later. But okay, I thought I had, let's see, what do I got here? Okay, I don't see it right now. I have clove here, cloves there. Oh my goodness. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up here. Got those cloves and cumin seed, and then some crushed cumin. Some fennel seed, which I also have fennel seed here that I could actually put these together and just have them all in one spot. Just to save space. I don't know if that's going to go in there. Have some garlic salt, minced garlic, and I actually have these in larger jars, like canning jars. So if I don't have enough space, I can take these out, and they're to the left of my stove. Sometimes you see me going into the stove area to get some seasonings out. I could put them in there, which I might end up doing, and then some ground ginger, juniper berries. I don't use those much, but I do have another jar that I picked up from, that I purchased from an organic farm. Nutmeg. Oh, that's one that I can go down there too. Orange peel. I do know I have an orange peel that I did. We'll find it. Let's see what we got here though. Oregano. That's the powder, so we'll keep that there. I have some poppy seeds. I have 2 jars of that, so I'm going to put one off to the side. Some red pepper. Some rosemary. Now I grow rosemary all the time, but it's kind of nice and handy to have it in a jar too. Sesame seed. Tarragon. I grow tarragon, and as you can see, I haven't even opened this because I use the tarragon from the garden. But right now in the winter time, I don't have any that's in the garden right now. And then the turmeric. So I'll show a spin through when I'm done here. So let's see. I also have some ginger here, crystallized ginger. Let's see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take the minced garlic out and put that in my larger jar of it because it's right by me. So I'll have the crystallized ginger there. That goes there. Coarse black pepper. I don't need this in here because actually I do want it in here because I have my pepper grinder here. Okay. When I bake, I don't have my cream of tartar in there. I may move it in there later, but when I bake, it's easier to find when it's right here in this other cupboard. Oh, and I've got some sage here. I grow sage, so I really don't need. And I know I have some powdered, so I may end up getting rid of that. This is all, like this is white pepper. So let's see how I want to do this. I don't use fennel very much, so I'm going to put it on the back here. Oh, no I'm not. It doesn't want to go in there. So I'll put... And here's some like lemon basil that I put in a jar from the garden. Let me see. Okay, here's some lemon peel. I had some lemon peel up here too. Let me see. I thought I put it in here. That's orange peel. Okay, so this is lemon peel, so I won't be combining the two. There we go. Fennel seed. And I have white pepper. Where do I want to put that? I'm going to put it right here near the celery salt. I'm going to be putting new labels on some of these things because I have a new label maker. And so I want to play with it. I don't know if I have any here with those labels yet. So, and then I have some miscellaneous things that, the poultry seasoning. And the reason I have these jars is prior to remodeling the kitchen, when we did this a few years back, is I have a seasoning rack that my granddad had made. And my mother had it, and so I inherited it, and I had it up on the wall for a long time. But where I had it, the doors, they come out and they hit right on the wall, so it's not very good. So that's why these are in here, plus they're out of the light and so forth, but that's why I like these jars. I'm not planning on getting rid of them because I think they would be hard or expensive to replace. So this here, I'm going to, thought I had some others, but let me. Okay, so this has not been opened. I picked up some extra poultry seasoning in the fall, but I have plenty. This is why I need to do this as I more frequently. I think I'm going to put that in the back. That behind it so I can know it's together. Now this one here has 3 types of seasonings. This has Sicilian blend, Tuscany blend, Parmesan blend, Rosa Maria, and these are great for dipping, the dipping oils and stuff, but you can also put them in your breads. So that I actually want to keep, what I'm going to do? I'm going to move that. Because I'm making more and more bread, I want that available to me. And my husband he used to always get some bread, and he would dip the bread into the seasoned oil. He would make his own oils and stuff. So if I show him that, he might start doing that again. I gotta be careful though. I don't want him eating lots of bread either, but that's, it's up to him. Once in a while we do that. And let's see, what else do I want to go through? Marjoram. I grow marjoram, so I don't really I don't have any other jar for it, so I'm just going to put that right there. I've got poppy seed. I think I have some in another jar too. Pumpkin spice, black pepper. I mentioned to you that I have some others, and I do have a big jar, a jar like the turmeric, because I buy that in bulk so that when I make my turmeric capsules, or even if I make turmeric tea, I put the little bit right into the hot water. So, pumpkin spice. I did not use that very much at all, but I do have pumpkins downstairs I need to cook up. Alright, poultry season, I'm going to put this right here. And yeah, this is a store-bought ghee that I opened up, and I make my own ghee. There, that'll work. And then I have some cumin, and I don't use that much, so I don't know if I'm going to keep that. But sometimes you make something and somebody wants it. I believe it is the same as cilantro. I think cumin is made from the cilantro. I can double check. So I wanted to just come back and just, as I was talking about the cilantro and stuff like that, I know that there's seeds and stuff like that that are related, and it comes down to cilantro is the leafy part when you're out in the garden. That's why I'll use parsley. It's similar. Well, maybe not, but it doesn't have that spice that we'd like to have. But since I can't have it, I use the parsley. But what the other part of that same plant are the coriander seeds. So should I be growing those? Probably not, but I don't mind having them. So if somebody, it might complement my garden. I have to do some research on that. And then when I was looking at things prior to today, I knew that cumin was related to cilantro. So, but cumin is a different plant species. Should I gamble and have it in my cupboard? I don't know. I think what I have to do is do an experiment. And I really do not like the side effect of cilantro. It makes my skin turn all red. I get rashy. I get faint. I get very lightheaded and itchy. It's awful. And so I end up taking activated charcoal. So do I take a chance and use cumin seed and ground cumin just for spice? There's a part of me that's saying no. And I have it because recipes I have call for it, but I have a feeling I need to get rid of these. Not because I don't want something on my shelf, but for my health. And it's funny because I have some other that is ground. So I've got quite a bit of, let's see if I can put it in the picture, probably not. There are too many to lift up. So I've got 2 little jars here. All these spices I've got to get rid of because they're not going to serve me. They'll they'll serve me in a negative way. And David is not a salsa person, and I might be able to share them with my daughter because she is not allergic to these things. If she wants them, she might have plenty and not need them. And so those are something that will give me room up here by taking them out. So I do have some curry that I rarely use, but I'll hang on to that one. Let me see, but I'm going to put it in the, oh, where do I want to put this? I want to be able to get to things. Well, I'm going to have to, oops, there's a space. Nope, that's not space enough. So I'll figure that out later. So I also have some dill seed here, and then I had harvested some dill seed. So I'm going to keep these in their jars because they're sealed, and we use dill seed and some stuff, so I just want to hang on to that. That'll go back in there. Now, one of the other things that I will be putting back up there is I always have some borax and some Epsom salts in the kitchen. It's Epsom salt are generally in my bathroom, but I also keep it in here for medicinal reasons, and I'll explain at another time. Let's see, the curry. And here's my poppy seeds, so I don't really need to have a container, so I put them all together. This is a lot of poppy seeds. I keep them out on the shelf. It's not like it's a big jar that I want to have in here. This is a juice mix. It's a powdered raspberry juice mix that I have from my husband. So it looks like I'm getting rid of some stuff. Now, what I have done, and let me see if I can move, I'm sorry if this makes a lot of noise. I don't want it to. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can do this. So on the shelf here, I have miscellaneous seasonings. And then I have some stevia from the garden that I ground up. I have stevia leaf somewhere where I can freshly ground it. Some organic sugar, so I'm going to keep those there because I use those, add them to the teas and stuff. That's some rosemary that I have. And then I have a variety of things, and this worked out really great. Everything is alphabetical, which will make my life so much easier. And then I'll be putting some other things back up here in just a minute. I can't do this very well today. Alright, so I've got a lot that I'm going to get rid of, in my opinion, because I'm one that's like, well, I might use it, but if I'm not going to, then I shouldn't. So up here, let's see, can you still see? Okay. I have some tomato skins that I dehydrated that I shared with you, and some dried peppers. And then I know I have another one in my apothecary room that I'm going to bring out here. Some dried peanut butter is up here. Some honey, some coconut oil, and some Chibano sugar. And I just have this as a backup because if somebody comes over and they don't like stevia or organic sugar, that's an option that some people like. Then over on this side, I just have a few things. You know, I also have my everything bagel. Everybody needs everything bagel. Oh, I should put that on some of his bread. Like I said, I have the maple syrup. I have to make sure there's no, I'll be very sad if this pesto has basil. Fresh garlic, fennel. This one does not have, it does not have the cilantro in it, so I should be fine. That makes me feel better. Okay, so I've got these sugars. My husband likes this for, like, it's easier to put into his, it's still organic sugar, but he likes to be able to put it in whatever he's working on. Actually, I'm going to put those up because we don't use them that often. Alright, so those are out of the way. So that's pretty much, actually, I am very proud of myself of how well we did here. I still have room back here. This is, I think I gotta get one of these. I've got to ask him. These are some chocolate covered, I don't know what they are. They're candy for him. I'll keep them because it's his. I don't know if he's had any recently, but it's his. So what I'm taking out of the cupboard on the very top shelf Yes, I've got lots of this stuff. And I love these jars, but I'll keep the jars, get rid of the sugar. Okay, this is, you're going to be very like Laura. You know what it is? We take things and we just, well, we don't use it very often, so we put it in the back and then we forget about it. All right, I am not going to get up here. Let's see. I like having the top shelf for things like candles. I can't even think. Yeah, little candles. What's wrong with me? It's early in the morning. I haven't had coffee yet. I don't use coffee to wake up. But up here on the top shelf, I have like little mini cups for little muffins. I have big muffins up there. And these candles are going to go there. Plus, those candles, if you needed emergency candles, those at least start it. So I will not get rid of those. My cinnamon sticks are back there. Okay. Oh, those got to come out. Those are old. See, I told you I had cinnamon sticks. Oh, I'm going to need help getting the rest out. All that's left up is my cinnamon sugar. Nope, I'm not going to hurt myself. So I will wait until David gets up and he can pull that down. I like putting cinnamon sugar on toast and stuff like that. So basically this is all set, and I'll do like a little twirly thing when it's all done. So I'm glad I took, like I've been on for, oh my gosh, an hour, so I'm going to have to zip through some of this stuff. I've been up for an hour. So I'll be getting rid of all these sugars, but I'm keeping the jars because I'm keeping the jars. But all these little plastic things, I'm just going to get rid of. I'll offer them to my daughter if she wants them, great. If not, they're going to just go to the trash because she bakes a lot with her kids, and that's great. That's why I've had them, but I am not going to. And plus, we have to be careful because of the dyes and stuff. I have an allergic reaction to yellow dye. I cannot buy pickles at the store. I have to make my own pickles because of the yellow dye. Same reaction as I have with the cilantro. So how you can tell whether you're having an allergic reaction is when you try something new, try it alone. It's like a supplement. The first time you try it, you want to try it alone. And the same thing with seasonings and with foods. If you have something you're not sure what happened, you're not feeling good, you need to go back and trace, what did you eat? Because that's usually what happened. When I was first diagnosed with some herbal allergens, basil was one. I didn't have any cilantro in my garden. What's the other one? Anyways, I brought my plants to my allergist, and then she was able to do a test based on those. She created the injections right there so that she could test, and that's how I found out, because I was working in my garden and I would come out with tons of rashes and stuff. I wasn't scratched up like I get when I'm working with blackberries, but I would come in all rashed up and I would have to do the same thing. So, if you're having responses, either realize that you have an allergy, but if you want to confirm it, take those plants to your allergist, or take your seasoning, bring it to your allergist, and they can tell you whether or not you have an allergy to it. I have got to get coffee, or I got to get something. So that's where I'm at. This is done. Yay, I can find things now, like chicken bouillon cubes. I'm still saying cubes. But I'm really happy. I'm going to just tidy this up. When my husband gets up, I'm going to have him pull some things that are way back there. But you know what's up here? It's a secret. And I have them way up on top for a reason. These are just snack things, but, ooh, what's back there? Anyways, there's some more of these things. But what we did when we went to this, there's just candy bars up there, and I haven't been eating them. And I'm like, Does chocolate go bad? I don't think so. But the reason I put the bars up there is because they're up out of the way. As you can see, I have a hard time getting to that top shelf. And I've been wanting to redo something and just put some like baking ware that I don't use much up there. But I think I won't be able to do it because of what I got going here. But yeah, there's chocolate up there. I'll go through it and just check to make sure it's something we want to keep or not, because there's peppermint dark chocolate. And I used to like that, so I just put it up there out of the way because I needed to do that. And so anyways, that's where I'm at. I'll show some pictures afterwards. Friends, you have a great day. May God bless you. So all of these are nicely organized. Those are the typical spices that we might have. Like this is white pepper. I'll get a different label on that. In front, I decided to keep the organic sugar, the stevia, and the cinnamon sugar. Keep that right in front because it's something we can get to. In the back are things that I don't use, like the chicken bouillon, the black pepper I already grind, and some little extracts and stuff like that. Things I don't use a lot are back there. And then over here, we have different miscellaneous things. These are like steak rubs and stuff because I happen to really enjoy steak, so I have those. Then up on this shelf, there's some sugar that he can use in his coffee. But here I have off to the side some peanut butter and then some different sugars and various things up there. I know that went by fast. Let me put this back up. In the back, there's some different stuff that I use, but I'm not needing it very often, so I'll just take the stool. These two here, these are some tinctures I made. One is a rosemary tincture, and this one here is a lemon balm tincture. So I have them in here if I want them. They should be in my apothecary, but I didn't have a problem bringing them in here. And then some other things that I mentioned I had. Oops, sorry. But now I can just spin this. And I don't put anything in the middle unless it's excess stuff. So this should work out really nice. I'll put my rosemary back up there. And then up here on the top shelf, my big jar of cinnamon sticks, all my cupcake things I don't use as much, and then some secret stash of chocolate. I put like my wax for that I used to use for jams and jellies. I don't use it much, but I decided I don't want to get rid of it for whatever reason. So I think for the most part, this is done. And so maybe my next cooking video, I won't be searching for where everything is. But sometimes we have to do that in life, just kind of rearrange and get things all back in order. So friends, I hope this little cupboard clean out might have been encouraging for you. And all I'd recommend is, even though you know where everything is at, just get in there and clean it down. You might find some little treasures and you might find some things that need to get tossed. And so I'm kind of glad I went in there and accepting the fact that, because I have tried different things with the cilantro and I just can't do it. And it's just putting my health at risk to have something that causes such a reaction. So if you're having things like that that are bothering you, just get it out. And if you have company that wants to use it, and this is my thought right now, is I'm going to take out the things that I can't use. Get rid of it. And some of them are older, so because I've been hanging on to them thinking, no. But yeah, if you have spices in your cupboard and you like these little jars, you can still buy in bulk and then fill these jars up, which is typically what I do for some of them. Not all of them, but for some of them. And the things I don't grow, I just buy the jars. Sometimes I buy in bulk. Anyways, I hope this is encouraging for you to do something like this on your own so that you can find things when you're cooking. Because it's kind of a pain in the neck if you've got to go searching for stuff. And I got to do better on my cooking videos to make sure everything's out before I go do stuff. But this is life. This is real life. So, friends, I hope you're having a great day. May God bless you.